My dad actually rowed in high school. When I heard there was a rowing team here, and Tony described it very enthusiastically, it got me hooked, so I decided to try it out. What I like about the team is that it's very inclusive and kind of an inviting atmosphere. I've had a lot of stress from past athletics, but I don't feel that here, so it's more comfortable to get into the flow of everything. Rowing definitely provides some framework for the day. I kind of know that I have this block in the morning, and that helps me get up and get awake. It kind of helps give me energy in the morning. I mean, I definitely say that rowing is a prominent part of my new college experience. Sets a baseline for me, and I work my whole schedule around that because, I have to go to sleep earlier in order to wake up in the morning. I was not a morning person prior to rowing. It's kind of changed my whole routine, but in a good way. I find that I really like being a morning person. One cool experience with rowing, when you're all in the boat, the first time that we rowed all 8 in an 8, it was crazy for a lot of it, and then every once in a while you'd get a couple of strokes and it just flowed and it felt so perfect, synchronized just for those few strokes. So I hope to get better at that in the future so we can draw it out more.
I first found about rowing when I was just walking around campus and I saw Tony at this booth. I didn't know much about rowing at the time. I was just like, wow, I love the water. This sounds like an amazing opportunity. I signed on up and was just absolutely amazed by the leadership of the rowing team and the culture of the athletes in terms of their attitudes and how they treat each other. It taught me the importance of pushing through, even though sometimes it was hard or your hands would bleed. It's a really good integrity builder. I know that sometimes rowing could look really intimidating, but New Crew SRQ, I feel, has one of the most welcoming cultures I've ever stumbled across. There's a big range in athletes, but the one commonality between all of them is that they like rowing and they're having a good time. It may seem scary, but the joy is in the challenge, I think, in a lot of ways. New Crew SRQ truly has the potential to impact people's lives in extremely wonderful ways. It ultimately doesn't matter where you come from. You just need to be ready to row and ready to work as a team, and New Crew will accept you with open arms. Getting ready with your team when it's dark and cold, and then seeing the sun rise and seeing that on the water and on your teammates' faces, I can't think of more of a fantastic way to start your day.
Rowing has helped me stay more motivated in new college, and also it's helped me work better in a team. I think one of my favorite things about rowing is just the camaraderie. We give each other rides, we go to team breakfasts together, and we're always there for each other whenever we need it. Diversity in Sports Day was an event we had back in August where we got to introduce local young people with various disabilities to different sports, and one of them was rowing. Blind people, wheelchair users, Down syndrome, and as an autistic person, I think it's just helpful to be a mentor for other disabled people and show them that yes, they can do things that abled people can, provided they have the right accommodations.
We have a unique team that I feel like is better than every other team. We have the best blades. One very exciting moment that really got us together is when the official collegiate rowing shirt that was being sold included a bunch of blades, and our blade was represented on there. It really highlighted that we were officially within their leagues. It simplified that we had kind of made it in a way, and we were really all proud of that. The coxswain is the captain of the boat, the brains behind the operation. Find out the positioning, find out what needs to be adjusted. They're the person that will motivate the athletes to compete their best, finding out what they respond best to. It's not just about fun or competitive, it's also about getting to know one another, because knowing your athletes wise, the better they'll row for you, especially when you're asking them to do high tens for each other. A typical good coxswain is a people person, able to think fast, someone who wants to win just as much as the athletes, regardless of rowing or not.
Yes, SRQ!
As someone who is a coxswain and a rower, the differences are really what you are doing. A rower, you're keeping your ears open and you're getting to this robotic state, following directions, because really the boat is a machine. And as a coxswain, you're making sure that that machine goes. I think that what we're mostly looking for in a coach is inclusivity, knowing that there'll be different types of people with different needs, different abilities. Even if we have really good rowers, we try to make the club as big as possible, and because of that, we get a lot of new recruits, and those new recruits deserve the respect that they do because they come out in the morning. Some words of advice I have is just believe in yourself. Keep coming to practice. There's a lot of roles that you can fill, but you're always needed, regardless of what you can do.
I started rowing in high school, my junior year at Brewster Academy, up on Lake Winnipesaukee, and I've been rowing for 7 years now. There's a lot to love about rowing. My favorite part is the camaraderie, and there's no better feeling like when you're on an erg pulling a PR and your entire boat is behind you cheering you on, and your coxswain is right beside you, and the entire boat is happy for you. There's no way you can be successful in rowing unless you have really good teamwork. When you're rowing, teamwork is so quantifiable because not only can you see it in your times, but you can feel it in the boat. When you have good teamwork, the entire boat moves differently. Every person in the boat moving in the exact same way that you're moving, in unison, in lockstep. When I started rowing, I had two major fears. One was a physical fear and the other one was an emotional fear. All of my fears ended up being unfounded because everyone makes mistakes. You're not going to be the only one to catch a crab. You're not going to be the only one to not set properly and tilt the boat. Those wrinkles get ironed out really fast. It's great exercise, it's great socially, it's great mentally. It's all around just awesome.
In high school, I rowed with Sarasota Crew. I think Sarasota is a really wonderful place for collegiate rowing because we have so much stuff available to us. We have a multi-million-dollar rowing complex, which is Benderson. We get to watch world-class athletes row there. Our school is on the water, so I mean, you have the bayfront that you get to row on, and you get to see the sunset, and I think that's just a really beautiful opportunity. If you're a coach coming down and you're looking to coach a new crew, I think that coach needs to understand that we're coming from 3 or 4 schools that are not necessarily athletics focused. We're not going to be the most crazy, jacked people. I mean, maybe there are some D1 athletes, but I don't think that necessarily matters. You're going to have people who are passionate enough to build upon. Among these students at these 4 schools, there are people who did row in high school. Like, they didn't think that rowing was for them, like get into recruiting or like recruited schools. This gives them the opportunity to re-spark that love. That's why I came back. Like, I really enjoyed rowing. So I get the best of both worlds, and who can say no to that?